Oh, are we live? We're live. Good afternoon. How do you protect yourself online? How do you protect your accounts online? I'm Michelle. If we haven't met before, I actually saw something today. It was just really, and I'm going to pull it up here. I've got a phone with the camera on here. It's my little second camera, but I can just going to pull up my Facebook a second. Not me. Sorry. There's something I wanted to that caught my attention just a little while ago, and I want to address this so that it doesn't happen to you so at least you can arm yourself and you can be a little more protective of what's going on here. So I gotta find the actual I want to find the actual post. And sorry, I didn't have this. I'm not gonna edit this video at all. Okay, this person stated that they didn't open a new page. Okay, I'm not going to tell you which or new profile. I'm not going to specifically say which one it is, but this person thinks that they may have been hacked. She may have been hacked and got a notice of a message. So I don't know what really. So this is happening quite frequently, and this is a matter of account cloning. And somebody pulls a couple pictures off your account and they start creating a duplicate account of you, and then they try to scam all your friends or something. You really got to sit and wonder what makes people how do people think this stuff up? I don't know, but they do. And so there are some things that you can do to protect yourself, because sometimes you can't get these things back. They take over your profile. They take over your page that you created and worked on for 10 years. And all of a sudden they can hack and get in there and just take it over. Account takeovers. So that's another problem. So you got hacking and we got cloning. Hacking and cloning. So I've got tips for you, maybe for both. I'm not exactly sure if they overlap. But I'm going to pull out a few of these, and I will address them. I've done videos on this before. I've done posts on this before. I don't know what it takes really to get the message across, but there are some things that you can do to minimize the risk. So I'm an insurance professional by day, and I work with risk management. That is my primary focus and during the day. So there are things that you can do a little bit to help yourself to minimize the possibility that you will be hacked or taken over. It doesn't completely protect you, because here's another thing. Here's another thing that is really aggravating. You try to resolve this stuff through the social media platforms, but you can't. Okay, so if you say something, I'm going to go off on a tangent here, and I'm going to try not to get too crazy. But if you say something that they don't like, you violated the standards, right? You violated their community standards. If something happens to you and you want to get it resolved, then they come back and say they didn't violate the community standards. You go figure that one out. Okay. All right. So just a few tips. Okay. What I want you to understand specifically is that your if your dander is up, you will you're psychologically you're going to react out of you're going to react very quickly. Okay, so there's a psychological factor to getting you to click a link or make a call or whatever it is. Okay, and scammers know this, so they operate against your fear and what's fear and scarcity. So that causes you, if they can get something across to you that is a psychologically is an urgent situation or an emergency, you're going to act out of emergency or urgency. So the first thing you need to do is ask yourself, when you see something, what is this? Take a step back. What is this? How am I getting this? Why am I getting this? Let's just do who, what, where. Who, how, what, where. I don't even know how many. Who? Who is sending it? Where's it coming from? What is it? Why am I getting it? And how? Okay? So just who, how, why, what, where. Just do those, okay? So take a step back and realize that anything that happens to you online, this applies to email or anything, okay? Text messaging, especially Messenger, they're going to operate out of your sense of the fear of something's happened to you, okay? Now, it can look like, I'm going to give you a couple of examples, but then we're going to get back to the actual core of social media. So let's just say you get a text message from what appears to be a bank telling you that your account is compromised or it's overdrawn, or I don't even remember what the latest one was that I got. And it looks legit. It looks like it's legitimately coming from your bank. Okay? It really does. Do not click any link. Don't click a link. If you think that there is some merit to the message, simply log in to your account without clicking that link. Okay? Or call the customer service line. That's another thing that you can do. Don't click any link. Don't click a link. Don't click any links. If you don't do it, then you're not hurting yourself. Okay? All right. So another thing too, phone calls. Okay? If you don't know the number, just don't answer it. Don't answer it. Okay? Don't answer the number. All right. So that's that. So I want to get back to the tips for social media profiles. This is a major problem right now. And by the way, this particular post that I just saw has about 20 comments under it, which is something new. I haven't seen that before. So and so can help you out with a link to a person's name. So and so, if you've been hacked, contact so and so. Contact me. Don't do that. Just don't. Okay? You don't know any of these people unless you know them. If you know them and you are, there's somebody you feel like you can trust, you know them well, then, definitely reach out to them. But there's like 20 of them under here, and they can't be all from somebody this person knows. Okay. I can tell you who it is. 61 comments, 61. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So here's the tips. All right, guys, let's do tips. And so I don't know. All right, so here we go. I pulled them up. Profile picture. So if you use here's one. Profile picture. Make sure you're using a profile picture specifically to the social media platform. Try not to put it elsewhere on social media, or elsewhere on the internet. That's one that I wasn't really thinking about, but one that I was able to pull out of the blue from a great platform I have that gives me tips within 60 seconds. Okay. And by the way, if I feel the need to supplement these, I will. All right. So that's one. Privacy settings. Manage your privacy settings. Turn on, make sure, limit the amount of personal information visible publicly. So if you are a personality, you're running your business on social media, that's a little challenging to do. So what you need to do is set up your two-factor authentication. Make sure you do that on all your social media platforms, on everything. Set up two-factor authentication. If you do that, you will seriously minimize your risk. Okay? At least with the hacking part. Friend requests. If you get a friend request, look at the person's profile and ask yourself, does this look weird? Does this person look weird? Is there something that if it's something that just does not sit right, don't accept it. You don't have to accept everybody's friend request. Okay? And followers too. Like if you have followers, if you have a creator account, go through your followers. I keep mine relatively low because I'm always going through it. You don't need 1,700 followers. If 1,000 of those are like fake profiles, that doesn't help you. It isn't going to be anything that boosts your business. So, you got to be careful on who's like scoping you out. And by the way, I'm going to say this too as a part of that. This isn't part of the tips, but I think this is something that you need to hear. Okay. If you have children and grandchildren, do not put them all over the internet. Just don't do it. Okay? Protect them. I occasionally put pictures of my grandchildren on social media and stories. Rarely do I put pictures of my grandchildren on my profile for it to stay out there to the end of time. I don't do that because it's just not cool. And it doesn't protect them, okay? I think I do have a video out on Instagram, which needs to come down. But that's probably the only time I've actually put something up long term. On here, on Facebook, I don't do that. I just put it in the stories. And by the way, I make sure the location data has been taken off. So that's another thing. Don't put your kids all over Facebook. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. Okay. Here we go back to this. And if you have issue with that, feel free. Come at me with it. Okay? Come at me with it. I don't care. I don't care. I'm saying it. I'm putting it out there. Okay? So two-factor authentication, make sure you have that enabled. It will make your life on social media a little happier, okay? Suspicious links, we talked about that. All these 61 comments, message me directly, message this person. I was hacked 4 days ago, blah, blah, and blah, blah. I can't even believe this. This is like opening the floodgates to stupidity right here. That's unbelievable. Okay. Suspicious links. So don't ever click a link. Don't click any of these links. Don't click them. Just don't. Don't click any links, whether they're suspicious or not, unless you know the person. Okay. And you have a very good feeling about what you're clicking on. All right. Regular updates. Keep your social media apps updated. They have security features, enhanced security features to protect against cloning. Okay, cloning, that's where somebody takes a picture of you, like 2 pictures from your profile, and then they make up a new profile with your name on it to fool all your friends, I guess, and to friend request them again, or maybe for the 4th or 5th time. Okay. So, and I'm going to add this to it because I don't know that it's on here. Hide your friends list. Hide it. Just hide them. Hide them all. And you can hide them all, by the way. I found a way to hide the ones that, so there was for a while, if you have mutual friends, I don't know that you can do this in the groups, but if you have mutual friends on your profile, you can see each other's mutual friends. Hide those too, and there is a way you can do it. Okay. Passwords. Change passwords. Don't make it your grandma's birthday. Don't make it your grandma's name. Don't make it some random thing that anybody can guess. Okay. What you had for dinner last night. Actually put some characters around it. Put a few numbers. Make one of the letters a capital. Use like one of those special characters, like an @ symbol or whatever. Make it something random that nobody would guess. Okay. And write it down at home. Okay. Write it down at home. Change it periodically. That's not going to hurt you. Okay. Use a strong, unique password for each of your social media accounts. Don't use the same password across multiple platforms. We're probably all guilty of that, and we shouldn't be doing it. So make sure you have a nice little log of all your passwords and make them different. All right. Keep checking your social media notifications and activities regularly. Any unfamiliar actions could be an indication of cloning. That's for cloning. If you find that your account has been cloned, notify your friends and followers immediately so they know to ignore any odd messages or requests. And to the recipient, if somebody you know is sending you a friend request, you're probably already friends with them. Go check it and don't accept a second one. Okay. If you suspect your account has been cloned, report it immediately to the respective social media platform. Yeah, well, there you go. Go ahead and report it, but see if it does you any good. All right, so let me see if I've missed anything here. Keep your email secure. Most accounts are connected to an email. Make sure the email account associated with your social media accounts is secured with a tough password with 2-factor authentication. Just do the 2-factor authentication everywhere. Right? And again, beware of phishing attempts. Phishing, don't click the links. And limit the third-party apps, all those little cute games and, all the what let's see, what famous person do you look most like? Whatever it is, just don't do a whole lot of those. Okay. Um, secure networks, guys, with a VPN. Like if you're out at the coffee shop and you're just using your regular Wi-Fi someplace, if you're using their Wi-Fi, that's not secure. Okay, you're probably better off using the 5G. I don't know. But, make sure that wherever you're at, that especially if you're on a VPN, that it's password protected. That's always uh, that's the best solution to that. And again, go through your privacy settings. You have the ability to limit, you don't have the ability to limit what Facebook is going to use your data for, but you have the ability to limit what others can see, and you should. Okay. Now, back up your data. Okay. Back up your data. Now, Facebook does have a nice little log of every place you've been and what you've done. Okay. But if you have something important on on your computer that you don't want to lose because somebody's got your password or something, you've clicked on something you shouldn't have, make sure your data is backed up. If you need some help with that, reach out to me. But these are very important things because it's getting insane out there, and the number of fictitious accounts on these social media platforms is just it's unbelievable. It's unreal. So again, it's a good idea to go through your friends list, and if there's somebody on there you don't know real well, look at their photo. All right. So how many of you have, for the guys, it's some girl with a large chest and some skimpy clothes, right? For the girls, it's always some doctor or military dude. Okay, just don't, just delete it. Block them. That's another thing too. Block them. Make sure that they're not going to interact with you anymore. That's what I have for you. It's kind of impromptu, but I saw that and I just felt that this needed to be said again. Okay, you got to stay safe out there, and I'm concerned about you. So so yeah, I went ranting and raving, but this is something that just needs to be. It could be addressed better, but for whatever reason, it's not being addressed better. But you can protect yourself as much as you can, and you should. Okay. So have a great day. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and God bless you.